Fenyx, fighting with all her might, had nearly reached Olympus on her quest to defeat Typhon, the dreaded god destroyer. But first, she would have to plunge into the Forge Lands. Once home to Hephaestus, god of fire, hammer, anvil and forge, these were now godless lands. Scorched, laid to waste. What was not dead was dying.
This is Immortals Fenyx Rising, the game formerly known as Gods and Monsters. The latest title from the Ubisoft team behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey is arriving later this year for current and next-gen platforms, along with PC and Switch. A few of us got to go hands-on with the game, which in my case meant spending an embarrassingly long time trying to figure out a single puzzle, and we're here to tell you the 7 things you need to know about Immortals Fenyx Rising. A huge part of the experience of Immortals is the fact that your entire journey is narrated by the gods, specifically Zeus and Prometheus. In fact, the premise of the narration is that Prometheus is trying to tell Zeus the story of Fenyx, but Zeus actually doesn't really want to hear it, so occasionally he'll mess with the narrative and actually impact your gameplay. It's pretty funny to hear 2 gods bickering as you take down mythical beasts.
This mortal has no sense of safety. Jumps right into holes like a rabbit or a tomb.
Zeus! No lawsuits here, please!
And speaking of mythical creatures, you'll be pleased to hear that the team behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey has introduced a lot of Odyssey's combat into its new game. As you work to take down the Titan Typhon, you'll be able to take advantage of various legendary weapons, including the Sword of Achilles and the Bow of Odysseus. They're all customizable, as are you and your armour, and if that's not enough, you can fly as well. Each region of the Golden Isle is themed to a different Greek god, so as you move around you'll notice completely different vibes. This is Hephaestus' Forge Lands, so it's full of fire, the resources have been stripped back and the ground is barren. Aphrodite's region has been revealed earlier, which is much more lush, filled with forests and trees. The enemies are also themed to the areas, so this Forge area features mechanical foes that you won't find anywhere else. However, as you progress throughout the game, don't expect to find many NPC'S. We didn't see any in our playthrough, and the gods are your main companions on this journey, so it'll mostly be you fighting and solving puzzles. Known as the Vaults of Tartaros, these glowing portals take you down into the underworld for a dungeon-like puzzle. The vaults will ask you to take down enemies, work your way through platforming sections, and solve some puzzles in order to complete them. Each has a unique name and difficulty level, so will no doubt be great ways to spend time between missions. If you're thinking this sounds a lot like Zelda Breath of the Wild, there's something else that draws serious comparisons between the two, which is the stamina. Like in Breath of the Wild, you'll have to keep a constant eye on your stamina as you climb, fly, swim, and otherwise navigate across the Golden Isle. You'll even have to gather mushrooms to brew potions to chug in order to top your stamina levels up, although they're much more blue and glowy than the Breath of the Wild ingredients. Aside from the vaults, the Golden Isle is full of puzzles like the one I got stuck on. These are spread across all of the Golden Isle and take various forms. Some involve finding and positioning glowing blue orbs to form constellations, while others ask you to guide a controllable arrow through a series of rings. They can get pretty tricky. So those are 7 things you need to know about the upcoming Immortals Fenyx Rising. The game is set to release on December 3rd, so subscribe to Games Radar for more info on the game, as well as news, reviews, guides and previews. Thanks for watching.